What's up, chimps? So it's just about time for Siege to wrap it up after what I'm sure you'll agree has been an extremely strong showing of Cybertronic Spacebot styles, and while many are less aligned would at this point be kicking back and throwing out a few waves of easy repaints, Siege is even now still making with the new stuff. I mean, there's been a couple of repaints, but they've all been tempered with like fresh designs and an undercurrent of wacky character choices even I never dared to dream we'd see again. Yes indeed, let's go bananas for the return of the original Gorilla Gangster. It's only bloody Siege Apeface. Now then, Apeface first barreled onto the scene back in '87 as one of two horror-cons, pretty much overblown triple-changing Decepticon Headmasters with endearingly absurd monster modes, all of which feels suspiciously Titans returny. Apeface has gotta be a carryover, right? Voyager triple-changing Headmaster Beast Former. It wouldn't even be that weird. I mean, Siege kind of always had one foot in the Prime Wars, finishing off odd bits here and there and sneaking out combiner limbs like some kind of post-credit sequence to Power of the Primes. So why not toss a bit of Titan's Return back into the mix? It was good. And wouldn't you know it, Apeface even showed up in that very line as a tiny guy who turns into his own head and rides around on a miniature version of himself, just a couple of short years before making his full-bodied Siege comeback in a move that I've come to know as Skytreading. What is this, Titan's Return's return? So yes, let's get some ape in your face. Now this simian psycho certainly makes a hefty Horicon homage that vibes with me like you wouldn't believe. Just a meaty Voyager-class goon with a beefy, chunky bod, a stinkingly savage attitude and delicious Decepticon-y colours. It's just such a strong look. Or it almost is. Let's just get this out of the way. That pallid white plastic is not the move, man. Like in the promo renders, those whites look so crisp, all heavy duty and octane-y, but in hand it all looks so weak and sickly. Like prototype resin or crusty PVA glue. And they've clearly put a ton of design work and detail in there, but it's all sort of adrift in this sleepy fog of creamy soap. But I don't know if it exactly ruins the whole thing. I mean, it doesn't help, but there's still a lot to love about this monkey maniac. Like, I do dig his general design, rocking the imitation display-only spudstring panel flanked by huge black power pillars. Arms are pretty standard, but they check out. Love the bulging Popeye forearms and 3 siege spots. Legs are just 2 huge rusted girders of multi-layered faux metal might with freakishly thin thigh stalks and fresh feety flaps. Mind you, I don't know if I'm down with how he deals with his kibble. Like, it's very noticeably almost all from the spaceship mode. I mean, I do appreciate the sharp smack of obnoxious magenta, and the wings do actually look pretty zazzy there, peering over his monkey paw shoulders like Daedalo epaulettes. But that towering back-mounted psoriasis dog boner really ain't cute. And there's this other huge slice that just comes off and you're like, oh, it's a shield now. Is it a shield? Looks more like some kind of little Thunderwing drone friend or like the fake-out slapdash non-breastplate. I don't mind it, but is it a shield? It's got a hole in it. But yes, as we were saying, Apeface is a pretty fun fusion of Titan's Return and Siege gimmicks. That is, he's a headmaster with 3 modes, but also he can hold 28 guns and he's all scratched to shit. So, how do we feel about the temporary return of the Titan Master? Are we still calling him that? It doesn't say anywhere. It doesn't even say his name. He's just sort of dispassionately pictured in the instructions. What are you, a step? But he's actually looking surprisingly slick with like a proper paint job. It's Spasma, by the way. But he's got like more than 2 colours and a faceplate and a visor, like a real boy and everything. He can even pull off 2 faces. There's the standard soundwavy mouthplate version and a significantly bruntier techno-cyborg one with a giant visor and like a badass bebop snout. And you can of course switch it out for the Titan's Return guy, which is way cooler, but of course it is. It's like the perfect Decepticon head design. Of course it's cooler. Cooler than everything. While we're doing gimmicks, you've obviously got the old blacklight code thing, which deciphers down into Turbo Worm. How did they hear about my embarrassing failed EDM project? How did they find out about my defunct 2004 Cybergoth alter ego? How did they know what I call my Willy? Just pick one of those jokes, whichever one you prefer. Like for EDM project, share for Cybergoth alter ego, delete your account for Willy. So yeah, Apeface's robot mode is a bit of an almost there underachiever with a gutload of gumption, but not quite the stones to back it up. Like, there is a lot of good stuff going on, but it's mostly lost in weird materials or drowned in kibble or outshone by the recent past, and God, I wish his name wasn't Apeface. Transformation does work if you work with it, but it all feels a bit sort of awkward and flappy-tabby, fussy and fidgety. And the spaceship mode's desperately unconvincing. It comes over like a couple of dimwit decorations dangling off an ice cube of bacon fat. I mean, the nose cone is kinda cool, like a tapered astro anteater with a little goblin shark grin. And I'm enjoying the little ass-end covered cockpit where you can stash little Captain Spasmer all safe and snuggly. But look at this thing. It's just a big soapy square with some flaps on. It's so lame. It just makes me think maybe they shouldn't have included it. I mean, I get it. Of course it had to have this mode, because the original was a masterwork of 80s retro fantasy spaceship chonk. But that has not translated at all, because it really doesn't work. It looks dumb, and all the bits he needs for this mode is what ruins the other modes. I mean, does he need it? He's already an okay robot goon, a sick-ass gorilla, and a headmaster. Will that ever be enough for you, mother? So to get it into beast mode, you just switch the kibble around. Triple changes. Okay, so basically, it's Monkey. Now this is Apeface. This is the giant robot ape of death straight out of monkey hell. Just a big ballsy space gorilla throwing out mob boss energy from that evil toothy smile and cool ass single eye stripe shades. All it needs is a massive cigar. I feel like this is more of a primary mode for Apeface than the robot mode is. Like, his whole character sheet is just horrible arsehole. So this spectacular shit flinger is probably a bit more of an honest expression of who he is inside. Like, it's not supposed to fool us into thinking it's a real animal. It's not Optimus Primal. This isn't a disguise. This is Rampage mode. This is iconic, right? I'm not imagining it. This is legendary. See? Now I like that his name's Apeface. But I gotta go there. It is still a touch ropey. Like, the forearms pull off a gnarly knuckle drag, but they're extremely empty and borderline see-through. And do you know what I mean about the jet mode? It's just folded down and slathered all over his back like a dingus. And even his robot mode arms are just knotted up on his arse cheeks there. Oh no, he's got a bumhole. I don't know, the whole thing just feels a bit cut and shut. A bit that'll do. I think this guy feels extra flaky because all the other recent triple changes have been such an upgrade. And it really does seem to me like there would have been more room for development if they just ditched the jet mode. Or the robot mode. Just let him be a gorilla that turns into a spaceship. Why not? But what Apeface certainly is an encouraging reminder that we're still locked into the classics quest. While the WFC trilogy is kind of breaking away and doing its own thing, it is still Generations. We're still doing the wider Generations thing. Yes, we're rebooting Hound and Grapple and all those guys, but we're still doing it. We're up to 87, 88. Might be hitting Snapdragon next. Don't worry, we'll get them all. So in the end, Apeface may very well be the messiest thing to have come out of Siege, but I mean, I still like it. He's a big purple Decepticon. What, am I not gonna love it? Shut up. And if nothing else, it's unique and fun and just lovable AF. AF? Apeface? Bye. Random patron shout-out! Alright, suck on that, YouTube! Anyway, a big Patreon-flavoured shout-out this week to Julianne Hardstone. Thank you, my friend. Until next time, traveller.
Be sure to subscribe for more Thew's awesome Transformers reviews. Limited appeal, keeping it real.